I love hearing that, man. I love everything about Pecorine. She's my favorite character in Princess Connect. The amount of energy she gives out and the amount of positivity she brings to her friends in the anime, but also to the viewer watching her act is fantastic. The voice actor does a great job at bringing out Pecorine, bringing her to a whole other level. Now, in terms of waifu, someone like Christina is more up my alley, but as a character, Pecorine is definitely my favorite. By far, no one comes close. It's just the way it is. No one comes close. And today we're going to discuss, unfortunately, why you should not be summoning for Summer Pecorine. First limited character in the game. How crazy is that? Like, crazy. Crazy. I'm so surprised that this is the first character in the game that's limited. And so a lot of people might be tempted to pull. But in this video, we're going to review her and then talk about why you shouldn't. So, a big positive as to why you should is definitely having this view when you open the game in the front screen. I'm sure you understand. It's great. It's great to be welcomed with this, but it's not all about waifu, right? If she was your favorite character and you had to pull her because she's completely waifu, then you already did, right? So let's talk about her a bit. And physical character, great. I love physical more than magical. And she buffs herself to deal massive damage with her Union Burst. So let's take a look. Her Union Burst is an AoE attack, deals tons of damage, and it's really, really good because especially after using the skill 1 that buffs herself, unfortunately, it reduces your magical defense. So yes, she can be good against someone like Ilya, someone like Kyoka. She also will be bad if they deal enough damage fast enough, and they will deal much damage fast enough because of the magical defense reduction. She sits in the front line, right? Her skill 2 is actually pretty unique, so it actually knocks back the enemy, and I don't think many characters have this. Maybe 2 at best in the game also have this at the moment, and it deals some AoE damage. So all in all, obviously a PvP character, right? In PvE, AoE damage isn't that great. Unfortunately, single target is the way to go at the moment for PvE, and I think for the majority of the game's lifespan, even on JP, it's just single target, right? So AoE is mainly used for PvP, and I'm not a fan of PvP. Well, I am a fan, but I don't really care about competing, so I'm definitely not going to pull for a character that's PvP focused, right? She also has a moderate boost on physical attack at the start of the game. So the way she works is very similar to someone like Nino, someone like Reno, someone that does AoE damage in PvP with their Union Burst. And, there are a lot of magical counterparts to that, but I mean, you'll have to 5-star her to make her as good as Ninon and Reno. And should you 5-star her? I mean, like, there are so many characters coming up. So if you take a look at the gacha, here's a big reason not to pull, right? There's nothing different about the banner, just that she's going to be limited. So there's no discount or anything like that to even tempt you. And then we're gonna get Summer Carol, Christine, New Year's Yui, Mimi. And these are the 4 big releases that everyone's talking about and saying that you have to summon for them. So there are 4 must summon characters coming up very, very soon in the next few months. And also, there are going to be other characters that are pretty hype in between those. So, are you going to skip all of those or lose a chance to get all of those to summon for Pecorine? I don't think it's worth it. I think even if you love the character, if you're not going to compete in PvP, commit to her, you should not, right? So it's just the way it is, unfortunately. I don't think you should pull for her. And I think she's still a fantastic unit, and I'd love to see how she can change the PvP meta. Maybe not too much, unfortunately, because of course not many people will pull for her, but maybe enough people will, and they can change it up a bit, right? They will force others to use 2 tanks on defense, and they will have to maybe change their Ilya strategies a bit, because she can still do good against Ilya. It's just a matter of matchups and what units you have around her and stuff like that. So all in all, probably not. All right, so make sure to skip this unit. Another character that's great that came out today is actually the Summer Kokkoro. So we're gonna take a look at Summer Kokkoro and review her a bit. Why not, right? So she's gonna be great for PvE content, right? So this Kokkoro has a Union Burst that will heal the ally with the lowest HP. That's really, really nice. It's a decent Union Burst. Now, lowers enemies' physical defense. That's so good, right? Think about all the bosses in clan battles. Lowering physical defense is so good for physical teams, so she'll definitely have her place. And of course, boost all allies' physical attack. So she also has the buff like the other Kokkoro. It's a different buff The other buff is probably better, but this is still a buff on this character, so it compensates. So it's not like you have to worry about not using the other one. And she boosts her magic defense, so it can be kind of useful to have that. A bit of tankiness on a character that's supporting is definitely welcome. So a good thing about having those two, right? You go here, you go to character, and the buffs you get on these characters are actually gonna go over to all other variants. So the buffs I have from leveling up this Kokkoro are actually gonna go to the other Kokkoro. But that also means that if I only wanted to use this Kokkoro, I still have use of buffing the free Kokkoro to 8 affinity. And I will get all extra stats here. So where is she? So maybe if we can sort it like this and go down to K. Yeah. So right here we get stat up, and all these stats are gonna go towards the other Kokkoro as well. Now for Pecorine, like there's going to be a New Year's Pecorine in the future, but the current Pecorine is not that great as a tank. There are better options, but if you do main that tank, which is not the best option, but if you do, well, maybe you're a bit more tempted because you get extra stats from having this new Pecorine. And of course, if you have this new Pecorine, you get extra stats if you leveled up the old Pecorine. And so that's pretty cool. They're also considered different units, right? So if we take a look at the notice, they are considered different. And so let's go to the notice, and here I think if we go here, yeah, at 4, Pecorine Summer is considered a separate character from Pecorine, so you can use them both on the same time or at the same time. Now also one says that of course she won't be available in the future, that she will come again in the future, and we're assuming probably a year from now for the next summer event, maybe randomly before that or a bit after that if they're going to bring new summer characters. But yeah, just think about it. If you want her, well, you gotta pull now unless you plan on saving for a year to get her, but she will come. In the Japanese version, she did come with summer carry a year from now. So if you have the patience of a king, you could definitely save up. So yeah, that being said, guys, hope you enjoyed. Peace.